and Washington Latin Public Charter. Meet today on It's Academic.
Is it working?
Yes, it's working.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Hillary Howard. This is the opening round. You know how it works. Each team begins with 100 points. 10 up for a right answer, 10 down for a wrong answer. Contestants don't see what you do on the screens at home. Let's begin. All answers begin with the letters CH. This Mexican state shares its name, Washington Latin.
Chihuahua.
Answer?
That's gonna pick up. Please don't do that.
Chiapas.
No, Chihuahua. His law deals with the volume of gases. Basis.
Charles.
Yes. There's an orchard of this fruit in Basis?
Cherry.
Yeah. The Trail of Tears involved the forced relocation, Washington Latin.
Cherokee.
Yes. This mythical whirlpool was Basis.
Charybdis.
Charybdis is right. The Minute Waltz is one of the piano pieces. Basis.
Chopin.
Correct. Anthropologist Jane Goodall spent her life. Latin.
Chimpanzees.
Correct. This is West Virginia's capital city. Latin.
Charleston.
Charleston is right, and that's the end of the round. It's academic. Now in its 59th year, and for over 50 years, sponsored by Giant Food. Hello everyone, and welcome to the 59th season of It's Academic. As you can tell, the 59th season called for a major reboot. We're in this great new studio at World Media Net at National Harbor. Looking pretty good, isn't it? It is time to meet the team, so let's get this going. Basis High School from McLean, Virginia. First person we get to say hello to is Sam. Hi.
I am Sam Kaufman. I'm a 15-year-old sophomore at Basis, and I'd like to thank our coach, Dr. Fisher, for helping us.
Wonderful. And Justin, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'm a 16-year-old junior at Basis, and I would like to thank our alternates today.
Alrighty, and hello, Anna.
Hey, I'm Anna. I'm a 15-year-old junior at Basis, and I'd like to thank our family for being here.
All right, questions are worth 20 points, nothing off for a wrong answer. An emu learns. Within this phrase, you should find the name of what equine animal known for its stubbornness.
Mule.
Yes, mule it is. Silly, illegal, possible. If you had a plan that was feasible, that plan could best be described by which of these adjectives?
Possible.
Yes. Used car. Rearrange the letters and you'll name what medieval religious expedition in which thousands of people set out to capture Jerusalem.
Crusade.
That's it. North Dakota, Wyoming, Iowa. Several states have capitals named for U.S. presidents, but which of these states named its capital for German statesman Otto von Bismarck?
North Dakota.
Yeah. The phonograph is not of any commercial value. This was the comment of one American who invented the phonograph as well as the incandescent light bulb.
Edison.
Edison it is. Nice job. Basis. 200 points. From St. Charles High School in Waldorf, Maryland. First person we get to say hello to is Jamie. Hi.
Hi, my name is Jamie Fleury, and I'm a 16-year-old junior at St. Charles High School, and I would like to thank the St. Charles community and our alternate, Delaney Smith.
Awesome. Hello, Christian.
Hi, my name is Christian Gomez. I'm a 16-year-old junior at St. Charles High School, and I'd like to thank our friends and family.
Awesome. And Riley.
Hello, my name is Riley Josephs. I'm a 16-year-old junior at St. Charles High School, and I'd like to thank our wonderful sponsors, Mr. Howard and Miss Potter.
All right, guys. A subtle advantage. You'll have an advantage if you find the hidden name of what heavy metallic element whose symbol is PB.
Lead.
Lead it is. Set fires, steal merchandise, wash his hands. A person suffering from pyromania has an uncontrollable urge to do
Set
which?
fires.
Yeah, set fire is it. Harry prefers. We'd prefer you to rearrange the letters in this phrase to name what town that was the target of John Brown's 1859 raid.
Harper's Ferry.
Harper's Ferry's right. Cyrus, Ramses, Tiberius. Which of these men was the 6th century BC ruler of Persia?
Cyrus.
Yeah. Science is nothing more than a refinement of everyday thinking. These were the words of what scientist who refined his theory of relativity into the formula
Einstein.
E equals, yes, very nice, St. Charles with 200 points. From Washington, D.C., Washington Public Charter Latin, or Latin Public Charter, I'm inverting my words. How you doing, Harry?
Good, I'm Harry, I'm a 17-year-old senior, and I'd like to thank our fantastic friends and family, and Giant, as always.
And Giant, woohoo, yay Giant, none of this is possible without them. Oliver.
Hi, I'm Oliver. I'm a 16-year-old senior, and I'd like to thank our consistently charismatic coach, Mr. Salazar.
Wonderful, I like the alliteration. And Dylan.
Hi, I'm Dylan. I'm a 14-year-old sophomore, and I'd like to thank our alternate, the multifaceted Miles Bolton.
Okay. Make basin airtight. Study this phrase and you can find the name of what mountain where Moses received the Ten Commandments.
Sinai?
Yeah. Passively, surreptitiously, vehemently. If you are doing something in a sneaky, secret manner, you are acting in which of these ways?
Surreptitiously?
That is correct. 9-toed units. Rearrange the letters in this phrase to identify what international peace organization, based in New York and headed by a Secretary General.
United Nations?
United Nations it is. Haiti, Martinique, Guadeloupe. Of these three French-speaking areas of the Caribbean, which is an independent country and not an overseas department of France?
Haiti?
Correct. Better a sausage in hand than a ham at the butcher's. Here you have a tasty proverb from what European country whose capital is Warsaw?
Poland?
Nicely done, Washington Latin with 220 points. We'll be back to the picture perfect round next.
People aren't talking about how Giant has everything you need to bring your go-to recipes to life. They're not talking because they're eating. Oh, is that chili? At Giant, unlock personalized savings on the foods you love most with your Giant card. People aren't talking about how Giant offers fresh, local favorites at affordable prices. They're not talking about how our Nature's Promise items are free from artificial ingredients and fit your budget, or how we have everything you need to bring your go-to recipes to life. They're not talking because they're eating. Oh, is that chili? At Giant, for gatherings large or small, unlock personalized savings on all your favorite foods with your Giant card. The little things are Giant. People aren't talking about how Giant's Nature's Promise items are free from artificial ingredients and fit your budget. They're not talking because they're eating. Morning. I love breakfast. At Giant, unlock personalized savings on the foods you love most with your Giant card.
Welcome back, everybody. Today's contestants will receive tickets to Sheer Madness, now in its 32nd year at the Kennedy Center. Join the audience to match wits with the suspects to catch the killer in this popular comedy. See why one critic said, it's the most fun I ever had at the Kennedy Center. And while they're off at the theater, do visit our Facebook page and like us, if you would. Before we start the picture perfect round, let's recap the scores. Basis 240, St. Charles 200, Washington Latin 220. In this picture perfect round, as you guys know, questions are worth 20 points, up or down. Let's go. Seen here, departing from Venice, is what medieval adventurer Latin?
Marco Polo?
Yeah, Marco Polo. This we'll defend. This is the official motto of which branch of the armed forces that has the greatest number of active duty and Latin?
The Army?
Army is right. This map was used by Sir Walter Raleigh when he sent settlers to North Carolina to develop basis.
Roanoke.
Yeah, Roanoke Island, good. Find the value of this expression. Oh, there's no picture there for you? Well, we'll go on to the next one then. Oh, did it come up? Okay. This Rousseau painting, first shown in 1894 and then lost for 50 years, has what title referring to the type of conflict General Sherman defined as Latin?
Civil War. Total War. Total War?
War is what we're looking for, so I think that's acceptable. This waterway is the famous Golden Horn in Turkey that cuts through what modern city? Latin?
Istanbul.
Istanbul, yes. Louis Pasteur not only found a rabies vaccine, basis. Answer?
Polio.
No, anthrax, sorry. An old legend that snakes wore eyeglasses may have been inspired by markings on the Indian variety of what? Basis.
Cobra.
Cobra it is, and that's the end of the round.
People aren't talking about how Giant offers fresh, local favorites at affordable prices. They're not talking about how our nature's
through October 11th.
Welcome back. It's time to meet the faculty, coaches, and administrators that help prepare these fine students for competition. We begin with Basis High School. Justin, who's with you today?
With us today is one of our coaches, Mrs. Kaufman.
Good to see you, Mrs. Kaufman. From St. Charles, Christian, who's with you guys?
Today we have Mr. Howard and Miss Potter.
Wonderful couple. And from Washington Latin, Oliver.
We have Mr. Salazar, who's our coach, a math teacher, and an all-around legend.
A legend! A legend for what?
For just being himself.
Which can be a hard thing to be.
Of course.
All right, this is the packet round, of course, the fun part of the competition. Basis will answer questions from one of these packets first. St. Charles gets to choose which packet it's going to be.
3.
3. And as you know, if you get all 8 questions correct, there's a 25-point bonus, which is always nice. Bells, whistles. Okay. Poet John Donne asks readers to go and catch what falling celestial body of which Betelgeuse and Polaris are examples.
Stars.
Yeah, stars. A celebration known as Eid al-Fitr marks the end of what Islamic holy month when Muslims fast during daylight hours?
Ramadan.
Yeah. Most popes are elderly, but when Benedict IV was proclaimed pope in 1032, he was how old? 2/3 the minimum voting age of a U.S. citizen.
12.
Yes. Here's your science question. The sun may be seen at dawn when it's below the horizon because the atmosphere does which of these?
Refracts light.
Yeah, that's it. The Rock is one nickname applied to what Mediterranean promontory that Britain used as a fortress in 1704 despite claims from Spain?
Gibraltar.
Rock of Gibraltar is correct. Unfortunately, both Mr. Montague and his beloved Miss Capulet die in what Shakespeare tragedy where they are star-crossed lovers?
Romeo and Juliet.
Yes, here's your math question. Find a solution for x.
Yes. 3.
You're right. In 1759, it was plain that the British would take Quebec after they beat the French on what Canadian plains with a biblical name?
The Plains of Abraham.
25-point bonus for Basis. Well done. Okay, St. Charles, you're up. Latin, what's it going to be? Packet 1 or 2?
It's going to be packet number 2.
2. In descending order we go. According to one survey, the most common phobia is a fear of what type of arachnid that frightened Miss Muffet?
Spiders.
Yeah. There are several online sites that will teach you how to read what pictorial language used in ancient Egypt.
Hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics is right. According to scientists, the Caspian is not a sea, but rather what type of body of water, such as Pontchartrain and Champlain?
Lake.
Lake it is. Here's your science question. Which of these refers to the narrow structure connecting the middle ear with the nasopharynx?
Allotrophic gland.
No, it's the eustachian tube. Supposedly, Aeneas's desertion of Dido led to conflict between Rome and what African city-state defeated by Rome in the Punic Wars?
Carthage.
Can you pronounce that better for me?
Carthage.
Carthage is correct, yes, thank you. In a story called The Paladin, the hero is a secret agent sharing the same name with what little boy who is the only human in Winnie the Pooh?
Robin.
Christopher Robin is right. Here's your math question. What is a 4% sales tax on a purchase of $150?
$6.
6 is right. The 1803 Supreme Court ruling establishing judicial review from a lawsuit brought against Secretary of State Madison by what plaintiff? Answer? In 3.
John Adams.
No, William Marbury. But nice, St. Charles. 320 points. And now, packet number 1 for Washington Latin. Gentlemen, although world leaders sometimes meet in stormy sessions, 4 American presidents meet peacefully and perpetually on what South Dakota mountain?
Rushmore?
Yes. In 1940, 3 German battle cruisers were sent to Norway in an operation codenamed for what chief Roman goddess, the equivalent of the Greek Hera?
Juno?
Yeah. Before the Pilgrims landed in Plymouth, the Dutch had settled Fort Nassau near the site of what present capital of New York?
Albany.
Albany is it. Here's your science question. A person finding a weather balloon lying in an open field may find which of these instruments attached to it?
Stroboscope?
No, it's a radio sound. A mural showing the resurrection of the corn god was the tasty creation of what pre-Aztec Indians from the Yucatan Peninsula?
The Mayans?
Maya's right. What Mark Twain title character talked so convincingly his friends begged to be allowed to help whitewash his aunt's fence?
Tom Sawyer?
Yeah, here's your math question. Evaluate this expression if x equals 5.
18?
It is 18. The Portuguese were the first European settlers in Brazil, and also in what African country where Nairobi is capital?
Kenya.
Kenya it is. Well done, Washington Latin, with 420 points. 440, actually. You're coming back with the grab bag down next.
People on. Almost with your giant card.
Welcome to the all-important grab bag round where absolutely anything can happen. Let's recap the scores before we dive in. Basis, 445. St. Charles, 320. Washington Latin, 440. In this round, as you guys know, questions are worth 20 points up or down. The visual questions are worth 30 points, and here we go. This year marks the 75th anniversary of the creation of what bear who fights forest fires? Latin.
Smokey?
Smokey the Bear. UNESCO has declared 2019 the International Year of the Periodic Table, the basic chart created by Basis.
Mendeleev.
Mendeleev is right. Longfellow used the words lady with a lamp to refer to what British woman who served as a nurse during the Crimean War? Latin. Nope, sorry, Basis.
Nightingale.
Yeah, that's right. On your screens for 30 points. This painting reflects the contest leading to what war? Basis.
Trojan War.
Trojan War it is. Connecticut's official state hero is what Revolutionary War spy who regretted having? Basis.
Hale.
Nathan Hale, but one life to lose for his country. Choice. What impurity in table salt makes the salt deliquescent? Silver chloride, potassium chloride, or Latin?
Sodium chloride?
No, magnesium chloride, the third choice. Last summer, we mourned the death of what Nobel Prize winning woman who had written Latin?
Toni Morrison?
Toni Morrison it is. On your screens for 30 points. Golden kisses all over the cheeks of the meadow. Henry Ward Beecher wrote these words describing what common wildflower that names the wine in a title? Basis.
Dandelion.
Dandelion, yes, in a Ray Bradbury book. Starvation Island is the subtitle of a book about the World War II campaign to capture what South Pacific island with the word canal in its name, Latin?
Guadalcanal.
Guadalcanal is it. What is 4th to the 4th power? Basis.
256.
Correct. Duluth, Minnesota is the westernmost stop for ocean-going. Basis. Answer?
Lake Huron.
No, St. Lawrence Seaway. On your screens for 30 points. This peaceful scene is what German city where the major World War II war crimes trials? Latin.
Nuremberg.
Yeah. Florida's Disney World occupies land in both Orange County and a county named for what 19th century war chief of the Seminoles? Basis.
Osceola.
Yeah, that's right. In 1995, the U.S. Patent Office issued a patent for an improvement in coopering, which is the construction of what sort of containers? Basis. Answer?
Cans.
No, barrels. Bigger. A Turkish word meaning mountains is the source of the name for what European peninsula that includes Albania and Latin?
The Balkans.
It is the Balkans. After being lost for more than a century, the crown jewels of Scotland were rediscovered in 1818 in a castle in what Scottish capital city? Latin?
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh it is. Over a century before the Wright brothers created the first airplane, what French brothers developed? Basis?
Montgolfier.
Montgolfier is right, nice. Passed by Congress in 1935. The patent and bonus bill was given what nickname that identifies both paper money and a 19th century political basis? Answer? In 3, 2, 1, looking
Specie
for...
circular.
Nah, looking for greenback. Number 59 Essex Street in Boston was the last home of what early American painter whose portrait of George Washington? Basis?
Stewart.
Yep, Gilbert Stuart. One British postage stamp depicts what legendary knight of the Round Table who was so Latin?
Lancelot.
No, Galahad, who was so pure he could find the Holy Grail. Mr. Bucket is a detective who cleans up the mystery in what Charles? That is the end of the game.
People aren't talking about how personalized savings on the foods you love most with your Giant card.
All right, the scores are now official for the first show of our 59th season. St. Charles High School from Waldorf, 320 points for Jamie, Christian, and Riley. From Washington, D.C., Washington Latin Public Charter, Harry, Oliver, and Dylan with 530 points. And coming back for a playoff from McLean, Virginia, the Basis Independent School. Sam, Justin, and Anna, 575 points. Yay, nice. Please make sure you join us next week when we have Blake, Centerville, and Paul VI. I'm Hillary Howard. So glad you were able to join us in our brand new studio. See you next week. Come on down, everyone.